Hi there, here's a quick video, which will have a blog post associated with it as well, um, of a little package inspired by import linter, graph models, I think impulse as well, which comes with import linter, uh, and that underlying library GRIMP. It's my take on kind of Django app dependencies, and I was reminded of this again. I'm reading a book by Swizik Teller who's talking about scaling fast and talking about architectural complexity. And I find Django apps the right level to think about dependencies and managing complexity in a project as time goes on. Something I teased yesterday in an image, and I'm ready for a first release, which I'll get done later today or tomorrow. By the end of this week, this will be live. So this is a little test project that I have, which is about projects and tasks. It's a template I have. Starts off by, I've added as a debug toolbar, Django debug toolbar panel, where you can see dependencies between apps. And it's either all apps, or you can just look at the apps related to this view. Probably need to do some more work on this because I haven't really fully battle tested this one. But the thing I've been working on is over here. You can see the full graph, which opens up a new page, which gives you this lovely UI, which auto updates. You can turn that off if you want, and it has. I'm just going to run you through the features really quickly. You can turn off and on individual packages, and it will update. You can turn off third-party packages, so filter out Django ones and that kind of thing. You can switch between a hierarchical graph and a force-directed graph. You can export the data. I haven't checked that hugely, but Claude went ahead and built that, so it's there. And then you can filter the different edges that you want to see. And we're covering, essentially this covers both database relationships that are dependencies between apps, which are in blue, or we have Python imports as well. So it's covering both the code level and database level dependencies between apps. Do you need to split everything out? No. But often I find when I've done this in the past manually, you've got these circular dependencies or transitive dependencies that form cycles, which becomes unpicking it and logically reasoning about the app becomes increasingly difficult. So I think, when you click on an app, highlights it, and you can see the import cycles, you can see mutual imports, models, what it depends on, what's it depended on by. And this is a live view on your project, so intended for development. I wouldn't run this in production. It's read-only, so I don't think it would be doing harm, but it might put some unnecessary load on your production server. So I'm just going to create one fun thing with this is I'm going to create a new app called emails, and then I'm going to add that to my installed apps. And because it's polling and refreshing, it's refreshed, and we've now got an emails node. If I go into that application and I'm just going to add an import, I'm going to add a model and an import to import another model. So from dboard .models import dash, and then I'm going to create a class email models.model. And if I save that, it will then update and add a green line. Yep. So because we've got the import on to dboard, we've got a green line, which is cool. So that's like a Python import. dependency. So that could work for any function really. And then if I'm just going to add then a many to many field, models dot many to many field with dash, which is the name of the other model. I've just been playing around with test things and save that. It then updates it and it's covering both. So if I just filter out the third parties, you can now see that it's updated in real time with both of them. And if I was to then oh, actually I don't want that database dependency, give it a moment. There we go. It's gone back to foreign key imports. So yeah, this is just my take on dependencies and reasoning about them. I'm thinking this might become a way I just have this up while I'm building a project out, just to see how it evolves from an app level. Something to play around with. I'm hoping to get this released by the end of the week. And this is a further tease to what I was working on yesterday and teased on Mastodon. But enjoy. And yeah, release and blog post coming soon.